What's up YouTube? This is Brady. I'm going to do my 2022 in the bag. So, starting off from left to right, I like to organize my discs like that from slowest speed to highest speed. So, starting off, this is going to be my throwing putter. It's an EMAC Judge. I got this really early on in my playing career, and I think the first day I went out to play with it, I threw it in from 125, so it's never leaving the bag. As long as you don't overpower it, it's going to get a nice straight flight. If you do overpower it, it'll probably turn over, honestly. But just nice little approach shots, it's going to go dead straight. To complement that, I got the Berg in here. I don't have the greatest touch right now, so I throw the Berg when I just really don't want to overshoot the basket. When I'm, let's say, 80 to about 110 out, I'll throw the Berg, because I can just throw it pretty hard and expect it not to go too far past the basket. Here's the Pure. I throw this for hyzer flips mainly. Tight wooded tunnels, get a hyzer flip out of it, get about 220 feet dead straight. Westside Discs Harp. I use this for touch approach shots and just having a nice consistent fade at the end. If you throw it too hard, it'll go straight for a long time and not have that dependable fade, so you kind of want to have a nice touch on it for your approach shots. It does skip a lot too at the end, so that's kind of nice to know. Love this disc. This is my Lucid X Bounty Moonshine Edition. This disc is great. I can rip on this disc and it'll go dead straight. Maybe have a little turn about halfway through, but pretty much consistent flight every time. Little bit of hyzer at the end because it's in that Lucid X plastic. It gives it that little bit extra stability, but it's really become a staple in my bag. I throw this a lot. This this is an EMAC Truth. I got the random mystery box edition, so I don't actually know this guy, just someone. Anyway, it's an EMAC Truth, so it's a great mid-range. Everyone should probably have one in their bag. It's going to go pretty much wherever you tell it, on whatever angle you tell it. This is a Justice. I got this because I kept turning over all my mid-ranges, not wanting to, but just turning them over by having probably bad form. And I decided I wanted to get something that would not turn over, and it sure as hell has never let me down. So, great overstable disc. This is a Discraft Archer. I got this out of a mystery box, and it's really good for easy turnovers. When you maybe only have like 200 or 220 to go, throw this for a turnover. If you have any further to go, you're probably going to overpower it, and it's just going to cut roll. So it's kind of very understable, very understable. This is a mystery also. This is a Verdict, Lucid Dynamics Disc Verdict. I use this on most of my shots nowadays. It's a great mid-range, basically my level. I'm throwing mid-ranges more often than anything else because they're more controllable for me. So, love the Verdict, really recommend one. It's overstable, but you're not really going to see that overstability until the very end of the flight. It'll get a nice smooth flight first. Westside's Warship. Great disc. Similar to the EMAC Truth. Basically going to go wherever you tell it, on whatever angle you tell it. Difference being that the Warship has a little bit less fade at the end, so can count on it to go straight for longer. PDGA Relay. At first when I got this, I thought, probably just hanging on the wall or something, or remember it was my first PDGA disc. But it's actually become a staple in my bag. Good turnover disc, but it's not going to turn over too much no matter how hard you throw it. It'll get that turn, consistent fade at the end. Great disc. This is my Fusion X Maverick. Well, might as well show the other Maverick that I'm bagging. I love both of these discs. The only reason I'll throw this one over this Lucid Air version is because if it's windy, this one won't turn over quite as much, but I can get a little bit more distance with the Lucid Air version, and it's just really a great disc for wooded fairways, which I play on a lot. You can get it to carve those fairways pretty easy with a nice S-turn. This is Latitude's Explorer. the Ricky Edition. It's a great disc. I throw this a lot. Can get a good 260 to 280 out of it, and then it'll hyzer out at the end. But it'll go dead straight for a long time. It's got surprisingly good glide. This is the Johnny McRae fundraiser disc. It's the River, Latitude River. Really like this disc. As you'll probably read if you know anything about it, it has 7 glide, and it's pretty true to its numbers. It's going to go for days, similar to the Warship, but just it's going to go further. So I really like this disc for if I just want to go dead straight through the fairway. You know, put it on a little Annie, I can get that turn out of it. If I hyzer it, it's probably going to hyzer flip and just go dead straight the entire way. This is Dynamics Felon. Great disc. I mainly throw backhand, so I know everyone talks about how they use it for their forehand, but and I'm just starting to incorporate it, so I do throw this for that, but mainly I throw this disc as a thumber. I use this as my utility disc, and it's gotten me out of so many roughs. Great disc, very overstable. This is a Innova Thunderbird. I really like the way this disc looks. Honestly, when it's flying, it looks so cool. This is like a big brother to the Explorer. It's got a little bit more distance, a little bit more fade at the end, so it's a great disc. This is the Disc Golf Pro Tour Random Mystery Box Undertaker Discraft. This has become probably one of my favorite discs. I throw this off the tee 8 times out of 10, honestly. I can count on it to go wherever I tell it. It's not going to turn over too much unless you really overpower it and put it on Annie. Otherwise, it's going to go dead straight for a surprisingly long amount of time. It's got a great, easy rim. Really recommend the Undertaker if you don't have one. This is my Innova Wraith. I actually found this disc. The guy didn't respond when I messaged him, so I kept it along. One day I just decided to throw it doing some field work, and I fell in love. This I'll throw over the Undertaker only if I want to go a little bit further, and if basically that's it. Dead straight as well. Love this disc. Super comfortable in the hand. Love it. This is a Thrasher. I got this from a player's pack. The Thrasher is great. If you really rip it, it'll get that turn about halfway through, and honestly, I'm getting crazy distance out of this disc. Love it. This is my Latitude Recoil. It's Opto X. This is extremely overstable. I was throwing this today because it was super windy out, and I just could not afford the disc to turn over, so I threw this. Got great distance, reliable fade, hard fade at the end. So I really love this for windy days more than anything. This is my Dynamic Trespass, Lucid version. I throw this, but it's not really a staple in my bag right now. It's not really doing anything that the Wraith or this next disc can't do. This is my Ballista Pro. Absolutely love this disc. I had one. It got beat in too much, couldn't take it anymore, so I got this one. I love it. I'll put it on a little Annie, get a turnover out of it, and get really good distance in an open field type scenario. Love it. Well, this is the Latitude Rive. It's pretty similar to my Ballista. I can get a little bit more distance out of this one, but it just doesn't feel as good in my hand as the Ballista, so honestly I'm throwing the Ballista 9 times out of 10 for distance. Same with this Raider. It's in the bag, but it doesn't really have a spot for me yet. So that's it. That's my most important part, the putting putter. This is also an EMAC Judge. Soft, classic soft. I have about 6 EMAC Judges. Honestly, I love it. I love the mold. I love how clean it comes out of your hand. I love how consistent the flight is every time. So I really love this classic soft EMAC Judge for putting. That's it. See ya.